What's going on, guys? It's the True Kings podcast. It's your boy Styles and his big brother, Father freaking Paul, man.
How you guys doing today?
I got one thing to say to you,
What, man?
I need you to turn it off.
Hey, man. How you guys doing, man?
Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. On this Thursday, it's a beautiful Thursday. We love it here. Today, last week we talked about single moms and what they should expect versus what they do expect. This week, as brother Father Paul put it, we're gonna be talking about some of these females out here. We got words for them. I ain't gonna name no words because we like to keep it a little bit not PG on here. Females thinking that they are hot stuff because they can get anybody that they want and they sleep with all these men. And our thoughts about that. So, brother, I'm gonna let you start this one out.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. So, I'm going to just start this out, guys, by saying, basically adding to what my brother said here was, basically females feeling like they hot shit because I can sleep with any man I want. I got all these dudes in my phone. I'm gonna keep it professional. I got all these
Keep it
dudes in my
professional, man.
phone, and I just want to basically say, as you guys should already know anyway, we all know we're all not stupid. We know that females can literally sleep with any guy they want because let's be honest here. A lot of us males be desperate and will sleep with any fucking thing with a pussy between their damn legs. Whereas on our side, as a man, as a male, you gotta put in the work. You gotta take her out to eat. You gotta obviously spark something with her to intrigue her, to make her want to have sex with you, obviously. So when I say that is basically females get mad or get upset saying, how am I a hoe for sleeping with these dudes and you sleeping with all these girls? And that basically answers that question as where it takes skill for a man to sleep with a bunch of women, whereas for a female, you can just go lay out in the fucking parking lot with your legs wide open and some damn homeless nigga will be in your pussy in the next 3 minutes. So that's just how I feel about the situation, brother. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you take over.
I got a couple things to say on that. So the first thing is, I don't know if you saw that OnlyFans model, Lily Phillips, who slept with 100 dudes in one day.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And
Yeah.
she only did that because she was trying to break some records, and apparently she's trying to go to 1,000 or some shit. I'm not saying that this is proof because obviously she's doing that with purpose, and I wouldn't really count that as being a hoe and having sex with different men because she's only having sex with these dudes for 2 to 5 minutes. I'm not really counting that, but I'm just saying as an example, men are horn dogs. You put that invitation out there, best believe you're gonna have 100 dudes out there, okay? But
Yes, sir. I agree.
But the second thing I was gonna say to that is, as you know, psychology person. In psychology, I want to say the third week we learned in attractions and relations, basically women have this decision to make when they first meet you, and within the first 12 seconds of meeting you in person, because over the phone or over a game or something doesn't really count, but within the first 12 seconds of meeting you in person, a female decides whether or not they're going to sleep with you. It's subconscious. They're not telling themselves, I'm going to sleep with this guy or not, but subconsciously they already know whether or not they're going to let you bust it down. And that's why, like you said earlier, you got to work for it. I've been in a couple situations where I've had to work hella hard, and other situations where first date, take it out, and I bust that shit down the same date. But it's just one of those things where, for some reason, females have this pride thing with other females, and you and I both know, girls talk.
Yeah.
They're always gonna talk about the guys they're sleeping with or the guys they want to sleep with, blah blah blah. And it's this competition thing, and I hate to say it, but men are built to lead, and most females aren't. that's why a lot of females, they say they're independent and stuff, but they still depend on other people. And you go out and make the decision to just, you know, lay out and let people do what they're gonna do to you. That's not really being a leader. You know, you still taking orders from people because, you know, at the end of the day, it's not like you gonna lay out there and a dude tells you to close your legs. You know, you either gonna tell him like, oh wow, you must be gay because you don't want to do that, or you gonna say, oh okay, like my bad, I didn't realize this is bad behavior. Um, and that just to me, like you were saying earlier, if a dude does it, it takes skill, and that's the truth. You know, I'm I'm gonna expose myself a little bit here, but Father Tariq knows this. I live my life a certain way, and a lot of people might not agree with it. They might say, oh, he's being a hoe, or he's doing this, he's doing that, and it's not that I'm being a hoe. It's just the fact that at the end of the day, I don't want to be the sucker. I don't want to be the fool that gets cheated on or gets turned into the side Negro because I'm being stupid and letting my girl get away with stuff. So that's why, even if I have a girl that I'll consider, you know, my serious partner, I may have a couple other people that I may not be talking to seriously, but if shit hits the fan, I can call them and say, hey bro, I need some stress relief, you know.
Wow, brother. But to add to that, to what you were saying, I would basically go on and say I understand your reasoning behind that, and I totally agree because females do this all the time. They've always got guys on standby in case you don't work out. They've always got one foot out the door, basically in the relationship, just waiting on shit to hit the fan. And in my situation, I feel like, or I truly believe, when you get with that right girl, because I know how you said you like to have your options. I feel like if you're with the right girl, or the girl makes you feel a certain way to a point, and she's all about you and you all about her, you won't even think of talking to another girl. That's just how I feel.
No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Relationships they're not easy. You know, you got to build them up. You got to put in the effort to want to improve and want to make each other better. You don't want to have to put in the effort just to try and satisfy your girl or make her not be angry at you or all this other stuff, because that's not building a relationship. That's building a toxic environment, and that's the last thing you want on your plate, you know.
I just got out of it. I totally agree.
I had a question for you, but I done forgot it
now. I can't help you there, man. You gotta figure out what it is.
You know, I'm old, man. I got an old man brain.
But you know, unless you figure that question back out, I'm gonna just end it here and just say basically basically for males, we actually have to put in work. We have to build ourselves up. We gotta become a certain status to be admired, you know, by females for them to even want to mess with us. And then as for a female, you can literally not do shit. You could be working at a fast food restaurant, but look good as hell, and a nigga will still fuck with you that's making, you know, 6 figures or whatever, because we don't really give a fuck about that shit. That's more of a female thing. Where do you work? What do you drive? How much you make? You know what I mean? So I just feel like, obviously, when it comes to the both of us, we definitely have the harder job, you know, trying to get into a certain situation. But at the end of the day, you know, if you find that right chick, you'll know it's her, you know. You won't be wanting to go talk to the other girls. She'll be all about you. You'll be all about her. She won't be trying to hide her phone, change her password, telling you she gets off at 3 and then really not getting home till 4. You know, the little silly games, like you said, the toxic shit.
I remember the question.
All right, what's the question, brother?
So the question is, do you have a type or do you have standards?
So I mean, for me, don't don't get me wrong. I obviously I want to. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. Obviously, I want to be attracted to my girl. So I would. My girl's gonna have a pretty face, obviously, but she has to have some fucking brains too, man. Like I've been with some girls that are tens and they're just dumb as rocks, and like we've gotten in arguments where I've stressed myself out trying to help them leave a job that they complain about every day, just for them to complain to me and not leave their job. So obviously, when you bring that subject up to me again, and we've talked about it 30 times, I'm not going to be listening as much because I've already told you what to do.
Okay, so you just answered the question. You have standards. You don't have a type, and I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with my fellas out here. Y'all need to stop this type shit.
True. And to add to that, to like take that to another level, that's not him saying that the girl has to be your parents' type in order for you to be with that girl, because sometimes your parents ain't shit.
No, and I'm not saying that. You're right.
You know what I mean? But to a certain point, you want to, like you said, like Lucas said, the easiest way to put this is you want to have standards for yourself, because that's just you showing that you have self-respect. Because what happens is when you don't have standards and you have a type, which is usually the type is what's usually bad for us. The problem with that is that in my situation, I'll just give y'all a personal situation. I was trying to help a girl leave her job, get a better job, making more pay, getting better pay. Actually, with my brother who's on the phone right now, getting better pay, doing better for herself, for her life. And it was stressing me out more than her because she didn't actually really want to leave. She was really just hearing herself talk. And I had to realize that and stop stressing myself out, because that's what's going to end up happening to you, is you're going to just start stressing yourself out about her situation more than she is.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? And that's a problem.
And speaking of having types, our dear brother, Mr. Quindarius, who will be on this podcast at some point, whether he likes it or not. I don't think he quite understands that he does not have a choice in this. Um, he would always tell me, and a couple of my other friends too, they would always tell me that I had a type because they tend to see that I only date people of the Caucasian descent, or mess with people of Caucasian blonde hair, which is not true. You never see me with other races because I'm not open about everybody that I date. But also, it's not that I have a type, I have standards. And a lot of the white women, they're raised differently than some of our sisters out here, some of our Latina sisters out here, some of our Arabic sisters out here. Everybody's raised differently. And I just ain't found some people of other ethnicities that meet those standards, especially where I went to school at. There's a lot of people out there. I thought they were cute as hell. Fine. Some of them intelligent and fine. But there were some other standards that they didn't meet. And for me, that's just not it. You gotta meet all the standards, check all the boxes to be with me, you know what I mean?
Yep. I totally agree. And another good thing, I'm going to end it here for me. A good way for you guys to look at it, fellas, is look at it like this. Like my brother said, by you having a type, just going off of how a female's looks versus what a female goes off of, you're actually cheating yourself, because that female actually has standards for a guy. They just usually tend to be higher than what they should be. Like, you shouldn't have a female that's working at Burger King wanting a motherfucker making six figures and own his own construction company. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. All women want high value men. That's just what it is.
Exactly. So you don't need to cheat yourself out of having standards for her too. Hold her accountable.
Right. All right. Well, I think this was a good and successful episode 2 for the True Kings podcast. This has been your boy Styles and Father Paul. You know what I mean. We will see y'all next episode. Thank you and goodbye.